Oh no, and welcome back to Matchday Live, and it's me, Dan, back again. And this Sunday, Manchester United have to face Newcastle at St.James Park. At St. James's Park this weekend. It is the 4 o'clock kickoff on Sunday, so it's a late one. So the team I've gone for is pretty much the same as well. Is it the same? I would say it's pretty much the same. So we've got Rashford, Mata, Jan James, Ashley Young, Maguire, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, if Wan-Bissaka is fit. Apparently he's still ill from tonsillitis, but I think he might be. I reckon he'll be fit to play this game against Newcastle. Pereira on the right hand side, McTominay. There's question marks over Pogba as well. Apparently he might not be there. He might be there. I'm not too sure, but I'll put Pogba in just in case. You know, if Pogba's fit, he'll probably start. So, and obviously Juan Mata, as last night Jesse Lingard came off injured against AZ Alkmaar, which we'll talk about in a second. I was thinking about putting Tuanzebe in. Tuanzebe may be in on the left back as well. I'm not too sure, but so let's get into it. Let's play match and talk about the last week's result, or Monday's result, I should say, which was against Newcastle, which was against Arsenal, and we drew 1-1, which was quite surprising actually. To be honest, it wasn't the best of games for both sides. I thought United were better, but there wasn't much in it. Let's just say that. So let's talk about the first half. First half, not much really stood out, really. It just showed that, you know, it was pretty much all a midfield battle, I think. United should have, United didn't start well. United started well. We controlled the ball for like 5-10 minutes, and then Arsenal got into the game, made a couple of good moves and stuff like that. But you know, those moves didn't come out to anything good. So in the end, Man United, it was just like a midfield battle, to be honest. You know, it was bad passes everywhere. You know, there's bad defending everywhere. A few slide tackles going in. Quite a few hard tackles actually as well. But what a turn of shot that is from Rashford. It was just one of them halves where not much happened until the 40th minute, where United had a corner. Arsenal defended it and counter-attacked with Saka, who went on and through. I think his Pereira slipped, and it made Saka go on all the way on to De Gea, who made a great save. De Gea, and then he went on. The ball went on to Guendouzi, and Guendouzi tried to shoot, but De Gea made a double save. From that corner, United defended well, and then we counter-attacked with Dan James. Dan James ran quite a good run down that down that right-hand side, sorry, and then passed the ball into Rashford, but Rashford couldn't catch up with him. I don't think anyone could catch up with him, Dan James, but it was a really good counter-attack. The ball went just past Rashford, but then Rashford put it back straight into the box where I think the ball missed. Yeah, Pogba missed the ball, and it went straight towards McTominay, who controlled it and smashed it into the net. It was a really good goal, albeit you know, it did get a deflection from Socrates, I think. It's offside. And it was a really good goal from McTominay, and it's just right before half time, and I was thinking, here we go, you know, we'll get that goal before half time. We'll be, you know, come out second half and we'll win the game like 2-0, 2 or 3-0 or something like that. I just saw it coming, and then in my dreams, I was being a bit optimistic, obviously. Second half started, and Arsenal started really well. You know, they were all over us yet again. You know, where United just don't start the second half as good as the first 10 minutes against the game, and we just struggled that first 5-10 minutes, and we did get a goal. Arsenal got a goal through Aubameyang, which was originally given for offside, and the VAR checked it, and he was completely onside. It was It was just like, what the hell? What was the lino trying to do? Harry Maguire kept him onside, but it was Twanzebe tried to pass it in towards Lindelof. Lindelof completely missed it, and yeah, Lindelof completely missed it, and it went straight towards Saka, who just put through Aubameyang, and then he went on and chipped it was a really good finish from Aubameyang, and yeah, David De Gea had no chance. But yeah, everyone thought it was offside. It was given offside, and then VAR ruled it for as a goal. So yeah, that was 1-1. And then after that, it was pretty much like the first half. Arsenal were were trying to get their second goal. United made a couple of substitutions. And then obviously we brought on Greenwood and stuff like that, and it was pretty much like all the second half, all the first half repeat. Oh, what a ball that is to Rashford. Go on, Rashford. Oh, I should have scored. Yeah, he went through and it was just a couple of chances. It weren't the best of chances. Arsenal, I think his best chance was Saka, which Saka's shot was just blocked from Victor Lindelof, I believe, and it just went over the crossbar. So that was a bit lucky. Well, there's a good block from Victor Lindelof. And then obviously we had a free kick as well. Rashford, really good free kick actually from Rashford. Although it was the keeper's side, he would be saving it, but it was a good save nonetheless. And then pretty much that was it really. So a 1-1 draw. I would have took a 1-1 draw anyway against Arsenal, because they've had a good run of form lately, and pretty much it was a shit game, to be honest, from both teams, and until like that first 5 minutes of the last 5 minutes of that first half really, and then obviously Arsenal scored after half time. So yeah, after that United had to face AZ Alkmaar in the Europa League, and it finished 0-0. It wasn't the best of games, let me tell you, from United. AZ Alkmaar were luckily not to win the game. It was embarrassing. We had Greenwood, Gomez, who else played? Gomez, Mata, Matic, Fred. Fred didn't do himself any favours that game, Fred. Who else played? Brandon Williams played at left back, and I thought he had a really good game actually. I thought I was going in, off the crossbar. It was just a really good. It was a really good game for him, Brandon Williams. I thought he had a really good game at left back. Who else played? Delo played. Lindelof played as well. Rojo. I thought Rojo had a good game as centre back. Him and Lindelof had a good game, and a surprise. David De Gea started when I thought Romero would be the he'll be the Europa League goalkeeper. You know what I mean? So I was surprised about that, but thank God we did play De Gea, because AZ Alkmaar had a really good chances in the first half and the second half. He made a couple of good saves, and what a goal that is! What a run! I think that's his first touch as well, Angel Gomez. It's just a really good. He made a really good couple of saves, David De Gea, and I can't even remember the AZ. I don't think they had. I think United had like 3 or 4 shots off target. One didn't even have a shot on target. That's how bad it was, and it just showed that yet again there was no investment in that striker role and that midfield role, and we were just so poor. Mata looks absolutely finished. Matic, it just slows the ball down so much. You got Fred, who can't pass the ball. Who else played? Jesse Lingard. Again, no show. Rashford, he came on. He looked a bit better, but again, he looked. He took a free kick from like the left-hand side and tried to shoot it in. He could have easily crossed it into the box, and maybe could have had a chance, but instead he went for the goal. which was disappointing. And the only good thing I would say that came out of the game is Jesse Lingard did get injured. He pulled a hamstring. It's not a good. Right, I'm not trying to say, it's a good thing, but yeah. Not to have Jesse Lingard, he was a no-show against Arsenal. I mean, last night he came on. He did have one good chance against Astana, against AZ Alkmaar, and if he scored that, we would have gone crazy. But it was a good move from United, and we probably should have scored. He probably should have scored, but it's just one of them. It was just one of them games against European side away from home. At least we didn't. At least we didn't lose. So yeah, that's that. But we also had a penalty shout in that game, but I don't think it was a penalty personally. I think AZ Alkmaar had a penalty shout. Oh, what a goal! Oh, I was going to say what a goal that is. Yeah, I think who was it? I think it was Rashford who got tackled. Solskjaer was like completely saying it was a foul, but I didn't. I think it would have been harsh, I think, because he did get fouled, but I think it was Fred. Fouled one of their players in a corner, I think it was. And it's just one of them ones where he can easily would have been given if VAR was in Europa League, obviously. So anyway, we've got 10 minutes left. We've got to talk about this week's game against Newcastle. Obviously Newcastle lost. Didn't they lose 5-0 against Leicester? Yeah, they lost. They lost a player. They got sent. I think it was Hayden got sent off. I think. Yeah. And yeah, they lost 5-0 at Leicester, but they was at Leicester. So. So obviously, I think Newcastle. Yeah, they're a bit of a worry because obviously. Last season, United played Newcastle. We lost 2-1, I do believe. Was it 2-1? I think it was 2-1. I am a bit worried that it's going to happen again. Newcastle, they'll probably do like other teams will do, and try and just defend. Just defend against us. Let us control the ball. Part of us, and then go for the counter attack. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, but I don't know. It's going to be one of them games where it might be a 0-0 again. That's how bad both teams are at the moment. But we got an international break next week, so to finish on a victory that would be good. We haven't won in like the last 10 away games, so if we can get a victory against Newcastle, that would be good, but I can't see it happening at the moment. It's just the United games are so boring at the moment, so I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, but I think United might nick it with a 1-0 victory, but I just can't see much happening, to be honest. So anyway, guys, I'm actually going to end it here, so please like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to leave your score prediction below. So right, I'm going. Bye. I know, guys, thank you for watching my video. Hit me up on Twitch and Twitter, and don't forget to watch the playlist down below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.